Schachtner. So, Seth, what do you make of this move by NBC and Hollywood?
Good to be here, Joe. Well, honestly, there are a lot of factors behind what's happening here. It isn't just about diversity, and the diversity is definitely an important thing. And the organization behind it, actually, the HFPA doesn't have a particularly good record on a number of accounts, just in the overall ecosystem. But what I see with this program, with the Golden Globes, and in general, the Oscars for sure, even the Grammys, is that these award shows are frankly not very relevant anymore to younger audiences and audiences in general. They just keep getting smaller and smaller. And so they definitely need in various ways to change the show and increase diversity and representation amongst their body for sure.
Well, this one really, the Globes, is considered one of the more popular, certainly one of the more fun to watch, but ratings were down 64% this year. Do you think that had anything to do with NBC making this decision?
For sure. I mean, there's a big underlying television deal between NBC and Dick Clark Productions that produces it with the HFPA and for the show itself. So, I mean, I don't think there's any question really that there is a business element behind this. But, I think the two are kind of inextricably, linked, if you will, basically. So if, they do have to diversify their membership ranks, and I think that will also change what gets recognized and what gets awarded in the show, just as it has for the Oscars. So they are linked, but something needs to be done to repair and change all of these awards programs.
Why do you think more people aren't watching, Seth? I know you said that they may not be as relevant, but are there other reasons you think?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, look, we've had a pandemic. So for motion pictures, you're talking about awarding and recognizing shows that haven't been in theaters, which is, the fundamental piece of what the business is actually all about from the film perspective. Mm-hmm. The other thing that's happened, and I think it's probably something to think about with respect to what could happen here, is that, the Oscars now, smallest ever audience, right? Used to be right after the Super Bowl, the very biggest one. And, the awards go Best Picture to these things that, like, they're not Avatar or Titanic. They're things like The Shape of Water or Nomadland or Argo that folks just aren't really seeing in a big way. So I think it's kind of dealing with getting smaller and smaller, and kids don't care as much, frankly.
I was just going to say, I think the younger demo, at least a lot of them have cut the cord. They don't watch TV, and they'll watch this on Twitter or social media because it, to your point, isn't really appointment television like it used to be.
It is, but I will say, I think if they do increase the representation, you'll start to see, I think, a different type of programming get recognized. I think the Grammys this year, on a totally different topic, kind of got the rhythm back a little bit, did the show in a great way, even though the audiences weren't there as well. So I think there will be change over time.
Interesting conversation. That's Seth Schachtner, film industry expert and managing director of Strat Americas.